Vibras? Cause we know the Vibras. Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. You already know who this is. This is Michael Carrasco. Still got to figure out a nickname. As always, I'm with my boy, the one and only Juan the Don, straight from Chicago. What's going on, my man? What's going on?
Chilling. Your new nickname is Mr. 100%. Mr. 100%.
Mr.
'Cause
100.
that's what you say.
Nah,
Yo, you the ad lib. You the ad lib man. Yeah, his man be like 100%.
What do you mean?
In the shorts, you know what I mean. But or Mr. Gandule.
Yo, bro,
I'll tell you what,
bro,
man,
you see on that, right? We see on. I'm
Hey,
gonna put it right here. When you look at the Goya Guandules, the right word, the right way of saying it is Gandules. But for some reason, us Dominican adapted a different way. Who knows why? Maybe some of the OGs can tell us why we say Guandules instead of Gandules. But yeah.
But you said Gandules though.
Because that's how I grew up saying it. At least nobody ever corrected me.
You also got a lot of backfire for your suavemente.
Yo, y'all took it out of context. Y'all took it out of context. Yo, this is why sometimes I wish that I was the one in charge of doing the shorts. But we're trying to be all fair, 50-50, he does something, I do something. But this man has a way of manipulating them shorts. Go watch that section in the video. Go back to what episode was it?
The last one.
The last episode. Go watch that.
13
episode 13, season 3, episode 13. Go watch that video and read and listen to that whole part as to what I said. Yeah. Let's leave it out there. But what's going on, man? What's going on? How's life treating you? How's that, fantasy football team looking? What's going on?
What? Nah, everything's good, man. Everything's good. The weather, everything's getting pretty cold over here.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people getting into the Christmas spirit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of decorations. It's funny, man. The decorations go up, and then they last a long time up, which is funny about, some people.
They do.
How long, in the comments, let us know when you put up your decorations, how long, until what month or whatever do you take your decorations down? Or your tree? That's an important one. The tree. A lot of people tend to leave the tree up. But nah, man, but yeah, so just been, just chilling, relaxing, working, and dealing with the weather. Also, preparing myself. I'm about to be going to the motherland here soon. So yeah, just gonna get away from the cold for a while, but I'm gonna get back into the cold when I come back, which sucks.
That's the part that sucks. I feel like when you travel.
Yeah, but other than that, everything's been good. Everything's good. Mental health is good. Physically, I'm feeling good. And yeah, what about you?
Same, man. Been pretty good. Got the cut today. Did one a little different. Oh, yeah. I usually get the
yeah. You needed it. You needed a cut back.
I needed it.
See, this is the problem when you have what? Okay. when you have like a low haircut, it's more noticeable when you need a cut. Like for instance, me. Thank God, I have some curls. Rate the curls in the comments. Let us know from 1 to 10 how Wanda Don curls are looking. Man. Yeah. So
this is what we ask now.
Yeah, but nah, man. But nah. So what's up? So you got a cut. What else?
Yeah, I got a cut. Did some grocery shopping today. I would say I've been pretty good, pretty productive week. Got some things I needed to do out of the way. But yeah, man, mental health good.
Mm-hmm. So the grocery shopping thing brought up something to me. As kids and young teens or whatever, we didn't really understand the whole grocery shop. Like we didn't appreciate our parents' skills of grocery shopping. Let's just say that.
I agree.
Because now I feel like every time I go, I come back, I feel like I'm missing something. And I hate doing it. I hate doing it because I feel like it just, I don't know. I just hate doing it.
I just hate when you go to the store and you say, yo, I need to get this, but you get everything now, but the thing that
But
you
that,
mainly went
yeah,
to the store for. I hate when that happens.
facts. That happened to me the other day. I was going to Walmart for a specific item and got
Hmm.
everything but that. So you're right. You're
Yeah,
100% right about
yeah.
that.
Yo, what I noticed is that when you grow grocery shopping, you usually set your like a little route for yourself. What's your route? What's the first thing that you grab, or like what's the first section that you go to in the grocery store, and what's the and yeah, what's like your normal route?
I mean, I don't go. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm not. It's not like I wouldn't necessarily say grocery shopping. I was just speaking in general. But I'd
Mm-hmm.
say in the grocery shopping aspect, I mean, I feel like you got to go to like, dang, what's in the front? I don't know, bro. It's tough. I don't know, bro. That's a tough question. I mean, I feel like try to get the things that you're itching to get first and get them out the way. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like most of the time I always forget, so I'm not too sure where I go first. Whatever is calling my name when I get in there. What about you? Because I'm not too
Gotcha.
sure
Pretty
about that
sense. Pretty
question.
sense. For me, I pretty much just follow like the layout of the store for some reason. I start, with the fresh, the vegetables, the fruits. That's usually what's up front. Then I navigate through at least the store that I go to is first you got the fresh stuff, right? The produce stuff. And we get the bread, then we go to cheese, meats, and then like frozen stuff. At least that's how I do it. And then pretty much I do a whole circle and then bam at the register. I feel that's
Where
that's the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. Yeah, let us know. Let us know in the comment section below. What is your usual grocery shopping route? Like, what items do you get first? And yeah, let us know in the
I
comment
just
section.
the thing I hate about when like grocery shopping when we're in the holidays, like they shoved
Bro.
like this holiday stuff down your eyes, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, they shove it down your face, or whatever, and like you have to buy something Christmas related, like because it's just
Yeah.
everything is Christmas
If
related.
not, you don't you don't feel like you're fitting with the rest of the crowd. At least I would
Yo,
say that.
talking about Christmas, man.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna mention something really quick. So Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Every time December comes around, shit, not even December, November,
November. Yeah.
late November. Uh, we always got to deal with Mariah Carey.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
This woman, Mariah Carey's song, "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Key to song. She makes about 2.5 million every year.
Yeah. Yep.
She has made more than $72 million just from this one song.
In the last how many years?
Do the
Exactly.
math.
The biggest
My math
diss song.
sucks.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do.
No,
So
no, no. I don't think the math is mathing because she said it said 2.5 million per year, and she hasn't been dropping that song for that many years. Like
right,
it hasn't
right,
been. But yeah, I mean, probably the first time she dropped it, it was like a massive hit or whatever.
right. That's true. That is true.
This is why it's important to talk about like artists. I feel like it's important like to take advantage of certain events. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like damn, sounds kind of bad, but like for instance, there's this artist in Dominican Republic named Secreto, el famoso biberón. He takes advantage of like his birthday, always drops like a birthday type of song,
Mm-hmm.
which always does good because people always tend to relate when it's their birthday and they post that song as their birthday song. I think there's another one, El Super, no, not Super Nuevo, Super Kenny, I think. Es mi cumpleaños. That
Oh
song.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. So he did that. So yeah, so that one, and then there's also like Secreto. But going back to Secreto, he does like a birthday song, and then he has been doing. This is bad. This is bad. This is a bad thing to take advantage of, but
Mm-hmm.
it works for him. But
Yeah.
he has made some songs about like death or whatever, and they put them at like funerals or whatever. Also,
Mm-hmm.
Tercer Cielo, I think, is one that has had that one song. Is it Tercer Cielo?
It's a
That they
like.
play at every funeral. When somebody dies, they always play it in like the background of the like the
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's like the Christian group, right?
right. I think it is them.
I think
But
that's the
yeah,
name. I
so
can't remember exactly.
basically it's just like these artists. I don't know if they're doing it intentionally or if it's something that they're doing to You know, or they just dropping a song, you know, and it just happens to coincidence with an event. You know what I mean? But it gets these people a ton of money, and that goes back to Mariah Carey, where how it's crazy how she doesn't have to make any more music, and she could just survive
Yeah,
off Christmas.
and I feel like
You know what I mean?
it's a song that you're just gonna keep through the generations. That Christmas song is just gonna keep getting played and played and played because there's no other artists making Christmas songs, at least like
Yo,
popular.
man, all like, all right, so we need a drill Christmas song, we need a trap Christmas song, we need a country Christmas song, we need a Spanish Christmas song, we need everybody to make
Yeah.
Christmas songs.
Doesn't Anthony Santos got a Christmas song too?
No,
I'm pretty sure he does, or some one
no,
of the bachateros have it. Let me see. I know somebody has a Christmas song, and I'm gonna
no,
let you know
bro,
exactly who it is.
no, it's not a thing. But yeah, man, it's just like, damn, every time I hear Mariah Carey, I know, damn, this is gonna be Christmas time or whatever. And I mean, I can't remember the last time I've celebrated Christmas, but yeah. And now we have an awkward
Yeah.
moment of silence because Michael's too
No, no,
busy
no. I was
looking
trying to.
something
I
that
couldn't
doesn't
find it.
exist.
I couldn't. But there's one. I guarantee you. There's one. There's one. Yeah, but
All right, man, get back on track, man.
let's get into today's talk. This is something that's been happening over the last, I would say, over the last year and a half, 2 years. A lot of people ban sports betting. Let us know if in the
Hmm.
comment section if you sports bet. Let me ask you: do you sports bet? Do you submit a parlay every once in a while?
I plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. All right. Well, my question
The
exactly.
IRS is watching. The IRS is watching, buddy.
Well, technically, as long as you make under $600, yeah. Learn your loopholes. But the question
So what you're
is,
saying is, okay, go ahead. So what you're saying is you play, you spend all this money and don't make anything. Okay, I got you.
sometimes a bit like that. But the question is will you say it's a financially responsible to, let's say, gamble on sports picks?
I'd say, I mean, if you have money, you know, to play with, you know what I mean? Like say for instance you got all your responsibilities, all your things, you know, that you have to pay for that month out of the way. And
Right,
let's say you have a good amount of money left over and you want to make a little extra money, I mean, go for it if you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? If
right,
you don't know
right,
what you're
right.
doing, I don't recommend it. I mean, even sometimes, even if you know what you're doing, you still take there is a chance that you would lose money either way.
That's right. I
Um,
agree.
I've definitely. Dang, I'm gonna go back now. I'm gonna answer the question, but I've made some bets, and it's just like, for instance, you get discouraged sometimes because it's like you start to think if there's any manipulation from like these refs or, you know, higher ups in the sports world, because it's like, for instance, I think I needed like a rebound or something, and they took the guy out for like the whole fourth quarter, something like that. You know what I mean? Or like, say a pitcher needed like a strikeout, and he was striking out so many people throughout the whole game, and then they take him out at the most random time of the game. You know what I mean? It's just
Hmm.
little things like that that you just think like, damn, is there some fishy thing going on behind the scenes? You know what I mean? So,
No, I feel that. I
that,
feel that
that,
100%.
but like I said, if you have money to play with, and you want to invest, or because it is an
It
investment
is
in
an
a
invest.
way,
Yeah.
if you make the money back, so I feel like if you know what you're doing, or at least try to look into ways that you could learn about the whole, damn, it's like we're advising people to do this, but if you are into that, like, then I feel like just educate yourself before you get into it, because it's a high risk for high reward as well.
Right, right. That's what I would say. Like, definitely, like educating yourself is definitely important, and also understanding how the whole sport betting industry works. That I feel like that will put increase your odds of winning. But for me, I would say it's not really financially responsible per se, but you can be responsibly sport betting. Like, instead of like what I do, I sports bet. I put a pick here and there. Win some, lose some. Of course, that's just part of
You've
the whole
never
thing.
won, bro. You've
I
never
won like
won.
twice, twice
Twice out of how many
out
times?
of like. All right, so well, this season I only won twice out of like probably every other week putting a sport bet in. Last season I won like last season because it was my first year doing it. I didn't really like bet it a lot. I probably did like 5 picks. Probably won I think like one of them, 1 out of 5. But then again, I do it responsibly where I'm only putting up like $5 here and there, right? Because a lot of people go, all right, I'm gonna put 100 in. I'm gonna put my whole rent check on it. No. I would say if you're gonna do it, the right way to do it is set up a bankroll. Like for me, I start $50. I allow myself to spend $50 on sports bet throughout the whole month. If I win, as soon as I make my money back, withdraw it. Bam. I have a bankroll now. At least that's how
The
I do
thing
it.
with Yeah, I mean, the thing with sports betting is that the whole thing can get addicting. And
Yes.
so basically, like, if you win, that's when it gets addicting. Obviously,
Right. Right.
because the how can I say this? Like the gap between what you put in and what you make is huge. So you're like, damn,
Right.
like if I make this, I can make it again, or I can make even more. Like I'm gonna bet more to make more. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it could become an addiction, and that's where it becomes. This is where there's this question that I present: do you believe like sports betting is an addiction? Like, and is it even worse than say physical addictions that may be out there?
Ooh, that's a great question. Honestly, that's a great question to ask. I would say I would say it can be worse in the aspect that there's people that you know they get this I would say high from winning that they start okay. Last time I bet at $50, I won 100, and then they keep increasing the amount that they putting in to where eventually they get into financial troubles where let's say I heard people putting their whole mortgage
Yeah.
on a pick or on a ticket and losing it all. I feel like it can be worse than a physical addiction because you have a lot to lose. I mean, yes, I get it, there's a lot to win as
Uh,
well, but how do you feel
so
about that?
that no, I mean no, because physical addiction, like say for instance, like drugs, drug abuse or whatever,
Hmm.
that's affecting your health. You know what I mean? That's affecting your
That's
health,
true.
and
That's true.
it could lead to potential death. See, with the sports bets, I mean, eventually there's gonna have to be some common sense after you see that you're not winning to stop. You know what I mean? And there's
Right.
ways to stop. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
mean, the only way to stop is when you see that the balance is at zero and you can't continue anymore. Now that might put you into financial a financial problem, but there's always ways that you could bounce back and then prevent. I feel like the only way to stop it is when you get humbled and don't win anything and you're not making anything, which then makes you like, damn, stop, because like, damn, this shit ain't for me. You know what I
And
mean?
for me,
So,
right. I agree.
and
It's
like I've done it. I've won some. I lost a ton, and it's
yeah.
just like, damn. Like sometimes you just look at it and you're like, shoot, I put like $1, $5, $10 into it and see if I make something. You know what I mean? Gas money or something, but when you are relying on like this to like cover your mortgage or these huge bills, that's when it can be a huge problem. But I wouldn't say it's worse than a physical addiction, but I would say it is a bad addiction. Even gambling is a huger, I feel like the huger is not a word. Gambling is a huge addiction as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
which then can be a versus between gambling and sports betting, which is worse. And casinos can even get thrown in there because I mean, you know, the slot
Right.
machines and stuff like that are known for taking
I
people's money.
mean, I
Uh,
I would say them slots machine, they're dangerous because you put in $1, you get to to spend like 10 times and then like you win. and then you were like, oh, now I got like $50 that I can keep going. Maybe I hit the jackpot. Uh,
Hmm.
I feel like the definitely the slot machines are dangerous. I would say be careful with
And
those.
also, nah, you even know. So, damn, I hate to reference Dominican Republic so much, but it's seen here as well. But in DR, there's a huge addiction to like playing the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just because there's so many like lotteries like that you're prone to
Yes.
hit. You know what I mean on one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So it's like they're like, damn, I won. Okay, I'm gonna try this and that, this, that, and then becomes a huge addiction. Which here is also a huge addiction is lottery as well. But here is it's hard for you to win. So it's like
Oh
people
yeah.
are addicted to wanting to win because the prize or the jackpot gets bigger every year. So it's like, oh, and they put all this money into it, all these different numbers, all these combos, and don't hit. Scratch offs also could be falling into that category where, you see this small price ticket and you see
Mm-hmm.
the
five
possibility of what
dollars
you
win
can
a
win.
100,000.
You know what I mean? So those things are things that are small addictions, I'd say.
But
Also
I would
compared to
say,
sports betting.
like, compared to everything, if you look at scratch offs, you have a bigger chance of winning a bigger chance winning a scratch off than like hitting on a sports bet or even the lottery. Because it's a like one, let's say, depending on which
I'd say the sports bet is easier. I said the sport bet is easier. I said the sport bet is easier because if you actually study it and cause I don't know, bro. There's a lot of things in a sports bet that could go right. You know what I mean? Compared to the
right.
scratch off, there might be just one out of the 100,000 ones that they sell to a gas
Hmm.
station that might hit. You know what I mean? So
That's true. That's true.
and there has been cases where coaches, trainers, or whatever have got suspended for betting on games. Recently, there was a can't remember his name, but I'll look it up. Here in the UFC, he got suspended because he did the sports bet on his own like fighter.
Mm.
And the U because it's hard because it's easier in the UFC. James Cross, the UFC
Hmm.
banned coach James Cross from competing in the UFC. So he was a fighter, but also a coach. The UFC is easier to bet, let's say, for instance, because you could bet on like, let's say, 50 punches thrown or 10
Right.
take it, 10 takedowns. So if I'm like, bro, I'm gonna put your whole winnings from today's fight into the bet. You just got to do 11 takedowns. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna hit, bro. It
Right.
doesn't even matter if you win the fight or not. You know what I mean? You're still gonna hit because you did the
You did it
performance.
exactly.
So that's why I'm saying I feel like it can be easier because it could be more controlled and more manipulated in
Okay,
ways
I see that point.
than
I see
than
that
like a
point.
scratch off or something like that.
No, I
Yeah.
see that. I see that. I do want to ask that. Not that we need the whole, in coaches betting. Why? What's the question that I want to ask? How do I put this into words? Okay, let's put it this way. Uh, how do you see that? Like, do you think it is fair that you, as an, let's say, let's put it this way, when you were playing football in college, do you think it is fair that you don't get to bet or like on your own team, or let's say
I
like
don't
on
think
winning, on
no.
winning?
I don't think anyone should be allowed to because it's like I feel like players. I genuinely feel like players in the NFL or let's say any other league or whatever.
Hmm.
I guarantee you these guys look at bets and like
They have to,
are like
yeah.
and they're like yeah, you're not getting this bet. Like you know what I mean? They're purposely drop a pass or something. Who
Hmm.
knows? I don't know. Maybe not because then that affects you as a player. But there
Right.
has been I can't remember. I think it was in the NBA. This guy purposely missed a shot. I think or the layup or something, so no one will win money on him. So I feel like no one should be able to bet within like the sport itself. I just don't think it's right. You know what I mean? So
How about for
Yeah,
family
that's my
members? You
point.
think it's okay for family members in that
Hell
aspect?
no, hell no, no.
All right, cool, cool, cool. I like.
Because
I think I'm on the same
he'd be
boat as
like,
you.
cause you're gonna be like, yo, I need you to run 10 yards, like, and your family
Right,
gets rich and you don't get nothing, like, no. I mean, if
right,
I'm
right,
making something, then yeah, you know what I mean. But damn,
right.
that's tough.
I see. I see. I feel like if you are within a sport organization, at least you should not be allowed to bet on your own team. But it is a different thing. Let's say if like two other teams in the league are playing and you decide to bet on another team, I feel like there should be like a little gray line where okay, it's cool. You can't really what do you call it? Well, you kind of can predict the outcome, but
Right.
you can pretty much dictate the outcome of that game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Nah, but let's get off our sport. Damn, bro. Let's get off the sports bet to talk, man. This thing, not everyone is interested in this, and nor do we want to seem like we're swaying anyone to do it. Let's get off of this, please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Let's
I had a quote of the day. You didn't even let me say it, bro.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
This
All right, so go
this
ahead
is
and
what
say the quote of the day. I was
this is
moving
what
too
happened.
quick.
This is what happens when Michael's in charge of opening the episode. He always tends to miss
I'm
something.
I moved too quick. But go ahead. Go ahead and say your quote, man.
You know, I didn't want to say it, bro.
Hey, come on, man. Let's go ahead. Go ahead. Say the quote of the day. What you got for
Quote of
us?
the day.
Mhm.
I wish nothing but the best, or I wish nothing but the worst for Michael. It's like, nah.
Damn,
It's like, nah.
man.
It's like, nah. It's like, nah. It's like, nah. All right, here we go. All right, man. Quote of the day. Let me get serious. All right. The quote of the day today, well, the quote of the mid episode, thanks to Michael, is all right. The quote says, damn, I need to get out of my own. All right. The quote says, it's anonymous, by the way, if you didn't know.
Mhm.
Ring the
Per
bell.
usual.
You could have bet the house on that it's going to be
Yo,
anonymous, right?
facts. Facts.
All right. The quote says, expect little from people, expect a lot from yourself. That's the key to a successful life.
Mm,
Or a
strong.
happy life, or a happy life. Sorry,
Strong.
I added my own twist. I mean, a happy life is a successful life, but yeah. So you know what I mean. So expecting a lot from yourself, I feel like it's more important than expecting things from others. When you expect things from others and you don't get them in return, or you don't get those things from someone, you feel a little bit like empty. But I feel like when you live your life not expecting anything from anyone, and then something does present itself where they do give you something, or they do do something for you, then you value it and appreciate it way more than when you were expecting it to happen. You know what I mean? Um, and I feel like that's why I feel like it's important to just live your life, in a way where you just, expect, the best from you, and then just let these other things be pluses when they do, present themselves to you in your life. So I feel like, in life, a lot of people tend to, depend on others for little things, or depend on others, for, like we said before, happiness, or for, protection, or, all these things. When you build yourself to, a stronger individual, strong minded individual, physically strong, mentally, everything strong around you, you don't need those things from others. But if when you do have them, they're just, like I said earlier, they're pluses that will just help you grow as an individual, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree with that. That was a strong quote because I feel the way I feel towards it is when you're not expecting a lot from other people, you are more. I would say you feel more free because if they mess up, you're not really okay. They let me down. It's more okay. I wasn't expecting them to succeed. To be 100% right, and that sense of accountability for yourself as well, right? When you expect more from yourself rather than others, you hold yourself more accountable and you hold yourself at a higher level, which pushes you more to do more and pushes you to achieve everything that you set up for you to achieve.
Yeah. Nah, it's just little things like you said. I mean, I just feel like us as individuals, we need to learn how to survive on our own. You know what I mean? Once you can survive on your own, then you can worry about others. You know what I mean? But if you yourself don't know how to, deal with yourself when you're down, deal with yourself, when things present themselves and you feel like the world is coming down on you and you just are seeking, like I understand like sometimes you do need like comfort or advice or something from someone
Or a
else,
little
but
push even.
a little push. But I feel like sometimes people tend to abuse that, and whenever any small thing happens, they tend to run to someone quick instead of simply just finding the answer to the problem from within, which normally it is from within. And when you learn how to cope and learn how to deal with these things, uh, you become more confident as an individual.
Right, right. I agree
And the
100%.
confidence is what is going to help you, reach all these things in life that you do want to reach. Because without confidence, there's no like without confidence, I don't see happiness without confidence. You know what I mean? Because
That's true.
confidence just gives you when someone's confident, you just see this like aura like on them like damn, like you know what I mean. You just see
Like a
this.
glow type of thing.
It's a glow, yeah. Like damn, I can do anything, bro. Like you feel me? Like and no one is gonna tell them they can't. So I feel like that's important. You have to find that first, and then eventually, like say for instance, if you just need a push or something for someone else, that's fine. But when the time when you got when it becomes an event where you have to rely on others, that's when it could become a problem. So
That's true. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I
yes, sir.
do. I do want to ask, why do you think a lot of people expect more from others than from themselves?
Um, I feel like the only time people do expect a lot from others other than themselves is when they see others. Like they see, like say for instance, you have a group of friends, like your group of friends, but say for instance you see another group of friends like supporting each other and
Mm-hmm.
just like being positive and all these great things coming from another friend group, and you feel like you don't get it from yours. That's when you expect that from your friends because you feel like you're missing that because you see someone else thriving with that. So I just feel like when you see something else happening to someone else and you're not receiving that, I feel like that's when you tend to expect that from someone else. Like like I feel like that's when it becomes a thing. Like say for instance you see uh a friend that's down. Like say for instance you see a group of friends and one of them is down and you see all the other group of friends like helping them get up and everything.
Right.
And say you get down, you're gonna expect that from your friends. You know what I mean? And if you don't receive that from your friends, you're like, damn, like you feel me? So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
No, I feel that. I
How,
feel
what
that.
it,
I know. I was going to say I agree with you on that one, and I feel like with social media now as well, like we see somebody like some other people do certain things, so now we expecting that from people within our group or friends group and stuff like that, or even family members.
right? No, yeah, I agree. I feel like social media is something that you definitely see where people are expecting a lot in return in social media
Hmm.
than like for instance, say if you're like doing like say you have a business, let's just say like a lash business or
Right.
any let's just say any business, and
Hmm.
you see like quote unquote competition, like say your competition is getting like more likes, more shares, people are reposting them, you're like, damn, you tend to expect those things to feel like you're at the same level, if not higher than them. And if you don't get those, then you feel like you are failing. But I mean, most of the case, that's not how it works. Sometimes promotion and all these other things can work differently for other people and other businesses.
Hmm.
So that's why I feel like social media sometimes can be a problem where the likes, the shares, and everything you expect those things when you do have some sort of like when you have some sort of like what's the word Like when you have some sort of thing going on for you, and you need support or whatever,
Right.
I feel like you expect those things. But my point of view on it is, and the same way with the podcast, I feel like I don't necessarily ask for it, but if I'd rather it come from the heart, or I'd rather it come from you, to want to share it, to want to like it, to want to comment, than for me to beg, what I mean, for you to do it. We say it to remind you guys to do it, but we can't force you to do it. So when you do, do that action, that's when we appreciate it. You feel me? Because like, okay, it came from the heart, and you had the time, you took the time out of the day to do it. But like, we can't force anyone to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people think, like, there's been cases where people will lose friendships, people will lose, people would get mad at family, or let's just say anything. People would just, have a conflict because someone didn't like their picture, someone didn't
Right.
comment on their picture, someone didn't share their picture. And that's where social media could become a problem, because it gives these people like, it makes people feel like people are obligated to do these things, when and necessarily, like, in reality, it's not. People are not obligated to do anything. People are not obligated to like your photo. People are not obligated to do any of that. Only if they want to, and only if they feel like they should. So that's where, like you said, the whole social media question, I feel like that's where it can become a problem, is when people seek these things, through social media, and they don't get them in return.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, man, I agree with that. I agree with that. Let's see. Let's see,
What's your point
man.
of view, man? This I agree. What's
Uh,
your point, man?
my point of view. I mean, I would say I'm coming from a similar place as you. Like, some people, I was one of them. Let's put it this way. I always expected, like, I saw social media as a form of validation that I was doing something, if that makes sense. Not just with the podcast, but like, business and all that.
Yeah,
Where,
because tell the people the truth. You bought like 10,000 followers to
now
look
listen,
like you was popping.
that's not what it wasn't like that, man. It wasn't like
What?
that. It wasn't like that. So
Michael bought
I
followers
was
in
a
his past
sucker.
life, man.
I
He
like,
wanted to be an influencer, man.
no, not necessarily. So this is what happened. I'm gonna tell the whole story. So when I was in college, that's when I started Golden, right? And for some reason, I don't know. I was struggling pushing the name out and all that. So somebody that I knew that pretty much build pages and then sell them. I bought a page. I bought a page with 10,000 followers. I was like, oh, great, this is gonna fix all those issues that I'm having when it comes to exposure. But it wasn't like that, because let's say, for instance, your Instagram page, you got a pretty good amount of followers. Let's say if you were to change the name of your Instagram page and start posting, let's say you change the name, you erase everything, and then start posting different type of content on your page. A lot of people was like, oh, when did I follow this person?
Yeah,
Unfollow type of thing.
yeah,
So that was something that I wasn't really thinking at the time. So I pretty much, scratched it. I was like, you know what? I don't really care about my page so much. So I kind of like swapped, and then I stopped Golden. Yeah. Yeah, that was the
yeah.
story of it.
Yeah. I feel like people, like a lot of people, like with the buying the pages, buying followers,
Hmm.
buying all this, it's pointless. It's
It
genuinely
is.
it is
It
pointless,
is.
because it doesn't make sense for you to have a 10,000, 100,000 followers and getting 50 likes, on a post. Like, your engagement is horrible. You know what I mean? That defeats the purpose. That number of followers doesn't do anything for you. Doesn't make you any rich. Doesn't make you richer. Doesn't help you in any way. You know what I mean? It just makes you look horrible. It makes you look bad. You know what I
Right.
mean? You have this huge amount of followers,
But only
and
getting like
not a
50,
much.
60 likes.
It's similar to like what we mentioned about Sweetie, when she had all
Yeah.
these followers and only got like 2,000 buys. So, but yeah,
Hmm. No, that's how it was.
but yeah,
And
man.
and then I mean, looking back on it now, it's better to use grow organically, because you actually build a connection with the people that are following you. Even same thing for, if you guys are running a business, or even a podcast like we are, it's better to build that genuine connection with the people that are following you, because they are more likely to buy from you or consume your
Support
content and support you, rather than buying 10,000 followers or a page with 10,000 followers.
coming from someone that did it, Michael.
Speaking from
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. Speaking from experience, when he had his failed musician career, we're not gonna speak
Listen,
about that.
man, we're not supposed to ever bring that up, man. Let me pull up the feature that we did.
We didn't make no feature. We had a
I'm
feature.
pretty sure we did, but I don't know where that
Hell
is.
no.
I don't
I
know. I
would
think,
never do
who knows?
that.
Who knows? But yeah,
Well,
so you guys know.
you can find Michael on YouTube.
Yo, chill, chill. I don't
his
know.
his
Don't even
MC
say that.
Bieber days.
Oh man, nah, he did not just say that. I still don't like. I took that down. I don't know how it still surfaces, man. I don't even. It's, yeah,
Yo, and he got commercials on the
and
video and everything.
apparently it's
Uh,
monetized, but what?
Damn.
I'm not even receiving a check, no residuals,
We'll check.
nothing.
It got like 10 views, bro. We'll check.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the ad spend is pretty. Nah,
Oh
but for
man.
real, that the if you see that page, report it, please. Copyrighted material without any licensing, because I'm not associated to that page whatsoever.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious. That shit popped up on my Facebook
Bro, I
memories
keep.
of the day.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I was not
Oh man.
from that whole. I would even call it a phase.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a phase. It was. You guys know, everybody goes through that phase nowadays where they want to become a rapper or whatnot. But I'll tell you what. I was a pretty solid producer.
Look, all right, listen. This brought up a thought in my this brought up a thought in my head. This could be controversial, but if you have a
Mhm.
friend, like say you have a friend and they're doing say they want to be an artist, I feel like it's the right thing to do if they are bad at it to tell them they're bad at it so they don't waste their time doing it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I mean, is it right to applaud them and be like, "Oh, keep it up, that's fire," and in your head it's like it's trash. That's two faced to me, bro.
Yeah, right. No, no, no. I agree. I agree. Or let's say if you don't necessarily want to tell them that they're bad, find ways to
I
help them
feel like
get better.
but not. Sometimes people are just there's no way around it, bro.
Yeah,
They're just not physical, or they're just not talented enough. Like the voice just doesn't work, or the lyrics is trash, or they just don't have
right.
no flow or no charisma. And I feel like as a friend, it was good to tell them that they're
Yeah,
not good.
that's true. That's true.
Sometimes that truth is what that person needed.
Yeah,
Honestly, bro.
yeah.
So,
Although the truth may hurt, you know.
whore,
I chill, man.
Michael moment.
I thought we were done with those. Funny.
Nah,
But yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you do need that truth. No, I would say yeah. If you don't see it, or you don't think they're talented enough, go ahead, let them know, uh, and help them. I would say don't just tell them, "Oh, you're bad."
help them find something else, bro. Help them
Exactly,
find
exactly.
another
Something
skill,
that they're
another
they're
talent.
better at. I
Right,
agree with that
exactly.
100%. That is true.
Right.
Yeah, let's be
Like
let's all be
you
different.
were a horrible singer, and I mean,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, I
try to
was.
tell
I knew.
you, yeah,
It
you were
got better
bad.
towards
I
the
mean,
end, but
no, it didn't get bad. When you put 10 pounds of auto tune on it, that doesn't make
bro,
it
I
any
sounded like
better.
Chris Brown at one point.
I'm about to leak your
Yo,
artist shit, bro.
hey, that's a lawsuit waiting. Don't do that.
Just look up anybody. Just look up Michael Carrasco /topic or dash topic, and then
Yo,
comment. You
shit.
comment. The Vibras on there. Let's see how many people got
Eh,
there.
Yo, I don't get paid for that. Don't do that. But let in all fairness, I'm gonna say this. I was we were like 14, 15 at the time. I saw it as one of the ways that we were gonna make it out. Uh
Who was making it out? Who's making it out?
The crew, bro. The crew.
Hell no, not with that. Hell no.
The
There was no chance. There was no chance, bro.
With
I wanted to tell you how bad you were, but I just didn't know how.
But
to
you
tell
didn't.
You,
See. You could have saved me a lot of trouble, man. But you didn't.
what
you
trouble? You
told
didn't
me.
get into no trouble.
You should have told me.
Oh, you did spend a lot of money on. You did spend a lot of money on all that stuff, and
yeah, like $50. That was a lot for us back then.
$50, damn.
Remember, the microphone was like what, like 30? No, the microphone was like $20. What was it? The Perry the Platypus
pop filter.
The pop filter. What else did I get? Yeah, that's about it. And like some connectors.
Interface, right?
I didn't even buy an interface.
Damn, how the hell did you?
Yeah,
record
because I had like this like karaoke type microphone where you can plug it into the headphone jack, and that's.
Damn, bro.
That was the definition of a ghetto studio, man. The definition of like ghetto studio.
In Oya Studios.
Yeah, and wasn't that what we called it?
Hey, yo. Nah,
yeah, but it was apart from me being a terrible singer, whatever. I feel like it was good times though. It was good times. At least me thinking that I could go somewhere with it.
Oh man, I need to leak that. Yeah, but nah, man, it's getting to 50 minutes. This is the end of the episode, guys. It was a range of a lot of things. I mean, mostly sports bets, and then added with some quote of the day, stretched out motivation. But yeah, man, let us know how you felt about the episode. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it. If you are into sports betting, if you're not, comment down pros and cons that you have experience with sports betting. Also, let us know how you feel about the quote of the day, if it made sense to you, if you liked it, and if it was a good one. Let us know. But yeah, remember, as always, you got to hit that like button, comment something positive down below, share the video. Like we said, if it comes out from your heart to do it, we genuinely appreciate you doing all those three things. And go ahead.
Yeah.
What you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say before we ended, make sure to let us know what you guys want to hear in the comment section below. If you're listening to us,
you guys never do it, but hey, we'll tell you. We'll tell you.
We'll tell you. Let us know any topic that you want us to talk about. Let us know. We're open to talk about everything and anything. Just in the comment section. If you're on YouTube, tap it in there. If you're listening, leave a review with what you want to hear. Let us know what you guys thought about this episode.
For sure. But yeah, as always, like we said, you got to hit that like button, comment something positive, share the video. And as always, remember to subscribe. And let's vibe.
Peace. Molly Pass.
MC Visual.